Well, good evening, folks. It's the real Captain Kirk here. It's the 17th of April, Sunday evening here, Easter Sunday. Hope you're having a great Easter holiday weekend. We're live from One Bethlehem Plaza here in downtown Bethlehem, Pennsylvania here tonight. I thought we'd do a quick recap here of Q1, how our retailers would look at the weather here over the last 3 months, February, March, April, just about in the history books. So far, we've been trending about 0.2 degrees colder than last year, 17th coldest in 37 years, below average. So it's been a choppy pattern for sure. 5% wetter than last year, 16th wettest in 37 years, so above average rainfall, and snowfall a little bit less than last year, 14th least in 37 years, below average. We had a big warm surge in the middle of February, and then just choppy pattern since, cold, warm, cold, warm, cold, warm. Good news here is we, 4 or 5 days here before Easter, we had a big warm up, had some 80s even up into our area here of eastern PA. Cool down, and then now, again, a potential another big warm up as we go into this next weekend, and then unfortunately another cool down. So again, choppy, not overly fantastic for retail sales, so probably a little bit weaker than they might be expecting. Last week's summer here now, this is a week ending 16 April on a National Retail Federation calendar, so this is a big map is year-over-year trends. Here in the U.S., a little bit warmer than last year, warmest in 3 years, still 18th coldest, so kind of in the middle of the pack of the last 37 years. 18% wetter than last year, and 18th wettest of the past 37 years, so again, in the middle of the pack, average. And about 126% more snow with a big system that moved out of the Rockies into the plains, 5th most in 37 years. So warmer and snowy is kind of the trends. Chart bottom right, again, the really warm spots have been there in the UK relative to their time of year. Warmest in 4 years with much above average temperatures. Australia, India, also warmest in 37, warmest in 6 years, so much above average there as well. Canada, pretty cold. Precip and temp trends versus average are the maps inset left. Tornadoes continue on their toward pace here, again, up to 530 so far here. So most in 5 years, 110% more than last year, 51% above average. No matter how you slice it, again, a very active season as expected. We talked about this many, many moons ago, that this would be indeed the case. And I think this trend continues all the way into May. So again, be mindful of that. Again, the severe season is, again, kind of in the heart of the April, May, early June timeframe here. Another thing we have just issued to our clients here, again, is our kind of our very detailed hurricane outlook. Shows where we think landfall will be much higher than normal across the U.S., but the big number here is 20. We think there'll be at least 20 named systems, which is well above average of about 12. East Coast Florida definitely need to be on guard for this season. Atlantic is just very, very warm, and a lot of other cycles suggest, again, another very active hurricane season. Looking at this week here, again, the Easter week, set week ending the 23rd. Here in the U.S., about 3.4 warmer than last year, 7th coldest in 37 years. So again, a little bit better than last year, but still on the cold side, below average. If there's a good news spot, we'd say it's really in that Texas, South Central U.S. Across the South. Map inset left shows the trends versus last year. Still, last year was just epically cold, one of the coldest in 40, 50 years. So much more favorable than a year ago for sure. Precip, 6% wetter than last year, 14th driest in 37 years. So below average precip. Again, similar to last year, and much less snow than last year. We do have some snow potential in the Rockies, Northern Plains again, and then parts of the interior Northeast as a nor'easter-like system moves up the East Coast early this week. Maybe higher elevation of the interior Northeast again could certainly see some heavier snow. If we look at next week here, hard to believe, but the end of April here, a little bit colder, 1.8 degrees colder than last year, coldest in 3 years. Still 11th warmest in 37 years, but again, there's a good news spot. We'd say it's across the south and into the east. The good news here is cold start here in the east, and this coming weekend will be pretty warm, and then continuing those warm trends into the latter part of April here. Precip 29% wetter than last year, 14th wettest in 37 years. So where they need it, out in the plains, northern plains, looks like they're going to get it. Unfortunately, with these cooler trends that keep coming in, you continue to have these threats for severe tornadic activity. So again, that will still likely be continuing as we go into the last week of April here. Snowfall doesn't look like much. Again, maybe high northern plains and the high elevations of the Rocky Mountains, but overall, much below average snowfall for the end of April. And if we just aggregate these two-week trends here for through the 30th of April on the world scale, continued cold trends across Alaska and Canada, warmer trends across the southern tier of the United States, a little bit cooler there in western central Europe, actually eastern central Europe, and very, very hot, continuing those hot trends across the Middle East, India, into China. So with that, folks, have a great week, and we'll be back here again this time next week.